of ever taking a wife and doing a long-term thing.
And he doesn't care about any of his other family, if he has any. He's like, I was first, I was here, I have the gift. Everybody else is just weeds.
Right, I'm the only kid that matters.
Yeah.
So, obvious firstborn. No, I'm kidding.
You're a firstborn.
Yeah, no, I know, that's not how it works. The first one is the experimental child. It's the baby that gets all the love.
Yeah, that's true.
So, back to his crypt. Darken is running his hands over the symbols on the wall, but he is drawing a spell. Now, to draw a spell, it has to be fucking precise. When you're dealing with magic, and you'll find this a lot in this book series, it has to be exact. It's not like you can just say some funny words and wave your hands around. You're using tools, you're fucking drawing specific symbols in specific places. Anything off of perfect means it won't work. But he is so practiced in all of this shit that he's not worried at all. He's just kind of whipping the shit out as he goes. He's done this, whatever he's doing, a lot.
Yeah. He hears somebody coming. He's not really worried about it. He just keeps doing what he's doing. He's not worried when he hears his guards draw their weapons out or puts them away, which is kind of funny because he doesn't want anybody in there with him, but he's also not fucking worried about somebody showing up. I guess he just has confidence that his guards are going to take care of it if it's a problem. But it turns out to be Demon Nas.
Yeah, Demon, buddy old pal.
Super awesome dude.
He's a big dude. Smooth skin like the young boys that he likes.
We're 2 lines into knowing this guy.
Yeah.
And you already know how big of a piece of shit he is.
Yeah, you pretty much know everything you need to know about him.
Yeah.
His face is covered in pock marks, so he's a scratcher. And he had a black stripe in his hair that made him super recognizable.
Which is like super great for all the people that want to avoid him, which I imagine is like everybody.
Yeah. When they see him coming, they're like, oop, nope.
I'm gonna go this way. But again, Darken Rahl's not really worried about Demon showing up. He has his own powers that he could have taken care of anybody who wandered in there. He doesn't really need his guards.
Right. He's got the shit handled if need be. He's fucking powerful. He's obviously doing magic.
Yeah.
So he has some sort of an advantage of some dude just trying to get in there, which I'm sure everybody's just busting the doors down trying to get in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you die when flowers fall down? Oh, fun. I'm going to take the kids.
I want to hang out with that guy for sure.
So he comes into the room. Nobody tries to stop him. Darken's not worried about it, but he doesn't say a goddamn thing until Darken acknowledges his presence there. Small sidebar. My grandpa was an accountant, and he is nothing like Darken Rahl. However, when he was crunching numbers back in the day, he didn't have a computer, so he was like half using his head to do all of these calculations. When my dad was real little and he wanted to go talk to Grandpa when he was working in the office that they had in their house, he could come into the room, but he had to not say a fucking word until my grandpa was like, "What's up?" Because he had all these numbers crunched in his head, and if he lost his place, he would have to start all over. And I never knew that, but I thought it was like, oh my God, it's just like this guy. But my grandpa was badass. He was not evil. So.
Oh, he wouldn't have beheaded your dad?
No, I don't think he had a curved knife. I'll have to look in some old family photos, but we'll see.
But once Darken does acknowledge him, he calls him his old friend in his liquid-like voice.
Hello, old friend. I can't do it.
Demon tells him that Queen Melina has delivered her demands, and Darken starts doing this thing that he does throughout the rest of the chapter, where he licks the first 3 fingers on his right hand, and then strokes his lips and his eyebrows.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird. He's got to have a unibrow. And how bushy, how attractive is this guy, really, if his eyebrows are so bushy that he has a habit of licking and flattening his eyebrows? it's got to be pretty predominant, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's bushy. There's definitely something weird going on with him. I think that they mentioned scars at some point, and I mean, we know that there has been some stuff that's happened to this dude. So I don't know exactly why he's doing it, but it's definitely some weird tic that he has. It's even more weird when he immediately follows the licking with asking about a young boy.
Yeah, he asks him, "Did you bring a boy for me?" And Demon says, "Yes, he's in the Garden of Life."
Ugh.
So, on top of being a rapist and killing people if they can read his knife that says you're fucked, he's also stealing kids. Super fun guy.
And we know that the dude who brought him likes little boys. So immediately his molester friend just brought him a boy. So you immediately get your hackles up. I mean, I did anyways. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh, well, it's obvious why these guys are best friends.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing ever. I think I've made it to the point where I need a beer to continue.
No, I agree, because I just, yeah, if we continue without having a beer, it's going to be rough.
This guy is just the fucking worst.
We are going to continue on with our milkshakes of Christmas.
That's right. This week, we are going to be trying Imperial Maple Milkshake Stout. And this is an ale brewed with milk sugar and maple syrup and cocoa nibs. So syrup and chocolate.
Right up your alley.
Perfect. Not only that, it's a morning beer. And I enjoy breakfast foods. So they describe it on the back of the can as an ale brewed with lactose, cocoa nibs, and Michigan maple syrup from Nelson Maple Products of Imlay City. Oh, I didn't know that. They got their syrup from a specific place, too.
Oh.
It's a balance of bold, roasty, and rich flavors. And it features Magnum hops.
Ooh.
That's cool as fuck. Proprietary malt blend, Pilsner, chocolate, crystal, biscuit, black, white wheat, dark Belgian caramel. So a lot of shit went into this beer. And we're going to go ahead and have a little sip. No, Jade, why don't you do the honors today, my love?
Okay.
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
What do you think?
I like it. I think it's definitely a Nate beer.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, I like a few things. I like chocolate, peanut butter, bacon, and like maple syrup. I like all of these things. And it's weird that beer has come so far, especially in our area. Well, we live right near Beer City. That's, so you can get beer in these flavors, and it just made me as giddy as a boy on Christmas to find out that you can have maple syrup flavored beer. Like, who the fuck wouldn't want that?
Or French toast. French toast is his favorite breakfast.
Yes. So why don't you all go ahead, crack yourself a beer, or whatever you're having this Christmas, whether it be eggnog, wine, champagne, or if you're listening to this very first thing and you're still having your morning coffee. We hope you guys enjoy it. And we're going to take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
And we're back. And I hope you grabbed a drink because it gets a little uncomfortable.
All downhill from here.
Yeah. So, Demon and Darken have a little bit of a conversation about if the kid is young enough and if Demon checked. And he did.
Gross.
Yeah. And Darken asks if he touched him because the child must be unsoiled.
Gross.
But good news, guys. Demon said no.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he is absolved.
Yeah, he saved him for Darken to get his fill, apparently. He would never touch Darken's spirit guide.
I just can't. I'm like, oh, these two fuckers.
Yeah, well, for a second here, you start thinking maybe things aren't going to be terrible for the boy. I mean, you still assume it's not going to be good, but maybe things aren't so bad, okay?
Maybe he's not there for what
What you assume
he's there for. Well, and Darken, he's like, look, you've done it before.
Yeah.
It's caused me trouble before, so gross. But Denman didn't die for doing that, apparently. If that flower touches the fucking ground, you are done. But apparently, if you touch a kid, then you get second chances.
Yeah, as long as you clean up your mess, it's fine.
So fucked. Denman said, no, I took care of it. I had a guy named Brophy arrested for the murder of the boy. So nobody's missing this kid. Okay. Everyone assumes this kid is dead and gone, which is kind of a hint that, well, he's not going to be coming back.
It is funny, though, because Denman says, no, I had someone arrested, and then Darken's like, yeah. And then a confessor came and helped him prove himself, and Denman's like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that was going to happen?
Right. Darken, being the guy who obviously is making the plan, he's like, you should have planned for that. Speaking about the confessors, did you take care of them? Like, are they all gone now too? And he goes, no. Well, I took care of all of them except one. Kaylin, the mother confessor. I sent more dudes, a second quad.
So it'll be fine. I just sent more dudes after her. She'll be killed. It's fine.
And Darken, he's like, so that's the one that got away. The one you didn't fucking kill is the one that confessed the guy. And
that could, blow our cover.
Yeah.
For the murder of the boy.
So this is where we kind of learn what a confessor is capable of.
I just have to say, okay, this seems like there's not technology in this world, right? I feel like Denman had to have been real messy for people to have known this little kid was murdered and not, just wandered off and killed by the elements, I wouldn't have even defended it. If he didn't make it obvious that this kid was taken and or murdered, I would just ignore it. Just shit happens. In this time, for sure, kids are just wandering off and getting picked off by weird animals in the wild.
Right, and we talked about this before. If you get a cut and it gets infected, you're pretty well done. People are only really living to the ripe old age of 40.
Right, he could have fallen down a fucking cliff. Kids are stupid.
That's true.
So he must have been real messy for people to be like, no, that kid was fucking murdered and he needed to have someone arrested for it.
Oh, that's painful to laugh at. It really is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he admits to Darken that Kaylin got away. He didn't catch her or do whatever the plan was for her, and Denman's like, she had to have had help. And Darken doesn't say anything. So Denman goes, but it's no matter. She's just fucking details. And that is when Darken is like, hey, shut the fuck up. I will decide what's important or not. Remember? You do what I say. Remember the flower guy? Who thought that would be cool for a minute or two? Dead.
Watch your shit, bud.
Right. And Denman gets sheepish and apologizes. So this has been a thing before.
He knows he's on dangerous ground. He's not going to fucking keep towing that line.
Yeah, and the thing about this was he doesn't have to raise his voice for Denman to know that he is done fucked up. So I think he kind of switches the subject here. He's like, okay, yep, I fucked up a little bit. So what about this other thing? Which is even more bad fucking news for the reader. Denman asks him about Queen Milena's demands. And you're like, who the fuck is this? Darken says, yeah, just agree to whatever the fuck she wants. And he doesn't understand why they don't just crush her. Now, it doesn't really say why yet. It does in 2 sentences. But Denman is like, who the fuck is this lady having any sort of demands for you? Obviously, I can't even speak my mind freely, and this bitch is demanding stuff.
And it obviously shows that woman, even though we don't know her, has some balls.
Big old balls.
Yeah.
She is rocking out to AC/DC big balls right now. And he's like, look, dude, she's got a wizard, okay? If we move too fast, the wizard might have hidden the box. She has the fucking box! So Rahl knows where the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But this wizard is protecting it. And he's like, look, if we go too fast, this wizard may have hidden it. So we kill the wizard. We don't know where the fucking box is. If we go too slow, obviously, first day of winter, everybody's fucking dead. why deal with any of that? We'll just go along with whatever the fuck she says she wants once we have the box. It's a non-issue.
Yeah.
So fuck them. Yeah,